The ayes have it. The motion is adopted. The House stands adjourned until noon tomorrow.
There you go. Kevin McCarthy failed to reach the coveted 218 votes for Speaker in the first vote, in the second vote, and now in the third vote, because there are holdouts with the conservatives in the Freedom Caucus in the House who are saying we no longer want people like Squishy Boehner, the traitor Paul Ryan. We want conservatives with a conservative agenda for the country who are constitutional, and Kevin McCarthy isn't it. So we're going to go over everything that happened today. So stick around. You're not going to want to miss it. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel where we are the antidote to the daily onslaught of radical woke Marxist propaganda. So Gateway Pundit said it plainly. Breaking. Kevin McCarthy loses third vote for Speaker of the House. Jim Jordan picks up 20 votes. House adjourned until noon tomorrow. You just saw that. So Kevin McCarthy lost the third vote for House Speaker on Tuesday. The winning Republican can only afford to lose 4 votes. Now, he must reach 218 in order to win the speakership. Now, a lot of people are saying, oh, no, they're going to allow Hakeem Jeffries to win, the Democrat who's up on the other side running. There's no way on God's green and blue earth that a Democrat is going to get in there. Okay, so the Democrats certainly don't have the votes, because the Republicans have the votes because they have the majority, which is 218. Okay? So they don't have the votes. They're not going to have the votes. All right? In the end, what will happen is if McCarthy doesn't step down, which it looks like he's not going to, but if he doesn't step down, but he gives enough concessions to the Freedom Caucus, then they will vote for him. One of the things that McCarthy already caved on was the motion to vacate. He accepted that. He only had 5 votes against him at the time when he accepted that. And what that means, what motion to vacate means, it's like in a parliamentary system where if you lose confidence in the prime minister, you can vote to remove him, right? So what that means is that if he does not follow through with the promises that he's stating he's going to do on an agenda as the speaker, the Republicans can call for a vote to vacate him, to remove him as speaker. And he agreed to that. All right, so otherwise, what's going to happen is they're going to have to go into a room and hash it out. They're going to have to say to him, Kevin, you're a real piece of shit. And they're going to have to try to work it out with him. But one thing's for sure is that the conservatives in the House, on the Republican side, they don't want to deal with establishment types who just go along to get along anymore. Every time the Republicans have taken power in Congress, it has been squandered by rhinos that want to get along more than getting things done. And after seeing McConnell going along with that $1.7 trillion spending bill right before the end of the last session, it just tells you we're not going to get jack from the Senate. Okay, with the Democrats in charge. McConnell's a lost cause at this point. Okay, back to the story. So it says McCarthy already lost 13 people. Republican rebels have coalesced around Jim Jordan. Now, Jordan said he doesn't want it. I love Jim Jordan, but I don't want him in there as speaker either. I'd prefer to have Jim Jordan as the Judiciary Chairman. He will do so much more there than he would as speaker. So I'd rather have him where he is best, which is in a committee and running the damn committee. Okay, so what happened was Jim Jordan went up and spoke to the House, and he nominated McCarthy. Okay? After he was done, Matt Gaetz went up from Florida. You gotta love Matt Gaetz, right? He went up and he nominated Jim Jordan. 19 Republicans voted against McCarthy during the first round, with many voting for Representatives Andy Biggs out in Arizona, or Jim Jordan of Ohio. Of the 434 total votes, Hakeem Jeffries, the Democrat, he received 212. McCarthy got 203, Biggs got 10, and Jordan got 6. And it looks like, as a result of Matt Gaetz' speech for Jordan, Biggs supporters shifted their votes over to Jim Jordan during the second round. And McCarthy did not gain any new supporters. And once again, around 4 o'clock Eastern time today, the House set out to vote a third time. And guess what? McCarthy again failed to get the 218. Now, Newt Gingrich came out and talked about this today, and I don't agree with him. I love Newt. I usually agree with what he says. I don't. Give it a listen.
What are we headed for tomorrow?
Well, look, I don't understand what they're doing. They're not voting against Kevin McCarthy. They're voting against over 215 members of their own conference. Their conference voted overwhelmingly, 85%, for McCarthy to be Speaker. So this is a fight between a handful of people and the entire rest of the conference.
Actually, it's a fight between a handful of people that want to get something done that would be good for the country. That's what this is. That's not what Newt is saying. Basically, look, all these other guys. So if you have 215 people that are for him, you got 5 that are not. What if those 215 are mostly rhinos?
I hope in the next 24 hours that this handful of members will realize they don't have the moral right to reject the choice of 85% of their conference. They don't have the moral right to break up the House against the wishes of over 215 fellow Republicans.
Let me tell you something. Kevin McCarthy took FTX money. All right? Yeah, Sam Bankman-Fried's FTX. He took FTX money and he used it to bankroll people in the primaries to take out Trump's picks. He cannot be Speaker. Okay? That's it, Newt. He cannot be Speaker because he doesn't have the moral right to after what he did. Okay. We're going to keep up on this. And as soon as we hear something, we're going to let you know exactly what's happening if you're too busy to watch it. But I can't imagine anybody not watching this because this is great theater. All right. So either way, it's going to happen. We're going to have a Republican for Speaker, which is better than the alternative. Okay. So that's it. Thanks a lot. Thanks for being with us. We'll see you in the next one.